So Daryl, thank you for being here as well. We've worked together for many years, and we started this work doing Olweus training with the Mentorship Institute. And then I asked you to come on as a consultant, Daryl, to help us with the work we're doing at the CARES Learning Partnership. And both of us being Adventists, proud to be Seventh Day Adventists, when you hear Jan talk about why it's important to address bullying for our Adventist audience, how does that align with the SDA community? Some of the things, what comes to your mind when she's sharing those things within the Adventist community? Why is it important for us as well?
Well, I'll be happy to answer that question. But first of all, I just want to thank Jan for being here. This is, she did that so gently, and she did that so professionally. But she is the director of Safe and Humane School at Clemson University. She just graciously, but that's who she is. That's what she does.
Thanks, Daryl.
So, didn't want our viewers to miss that. So to answer your question is this: the Seventh-day Adventist Church is extremely proud of its institutions, its educational institutions. When it comes to Christian institutions, educational institutions, it's second only to the Catholic Church for the size and the scope of its educational institutions worldwide. Its medical mission is on par with anyone and everyone. And it's been the medical and educational work that has really projected, taken the gospel to the world, is meeting people where they're at. So you remember, Cliff, when we first went down to Clemson, and periodically we were standing in the back of the room saying, I can't believe they have all this information. Are you kidding me? I'm kind of quiet and reserved and not very forthright. I'm right. I'm bouncing off the walls because what Jan just explained is that every Adventist in any continent knows that having an educational institution that is addressing needs that are non-academic is central to what Adventist education is about.
Mind, body, and spirit. Mind, body, and spirit.
Yeah, that the whole child is what we stress in every training, every educational course, and the Olweus program, they are in line with that perfectly. The research is in line. It verifies that. One of the things that I would say from a spiritual point of view, Jesus was talking to his disciples and he corrected them. They're like, listen, these folks weren't with us, so we asked them to stop doing good things. And Jesus was like, yeah, other sheep I have that are not of my fold, leave them alone. So one of the things that I really appreciated about Jan and June and Jane and everyone else that we've been in contact with is that everything that they are doing and have done, that they have never, ever, ever been in any way contradictory to Seventh-day Adventist principles. And so I would give a bold-faced plug saying that at the end of the day, we need to be using these materials. We need to be using, why recreate the wheel if someone already has what you're looking to do? The other piece that I would share is that, and again, speaking specifically to our Adventist audience, just being direct, because that's who I am. But I also understand that the word missionary is an old word. And in 2021, missionary is equivalent to bigot. When individuals become missionaries in communities, oftentimes What happens is we want to take a culture or we want to take an ideology and we want to make people different than they are. One of the things that is very clear when we're looking at the Olweus programming is that it says, listen, use our information, use our research, and use it in your context. Oh my goodness, what? Take the great information and use it in your context? That is a living and breathing example of how to do work in India, how to do work in China, how to do work in Pakistan, how to do work in France, how to do work in every place in the United States. Keep it in the context of the individuals that you're serving. And so from that standpoint, I've worked, I met you at Mount Vernon Academy, right?
Right.
Decades ago.
Mm-hmm.
I've worked in our churches, I've worked in our schools, and the idea of meet people where they're at, meet their needs, and do things that they feel they need to have done. That is the way to be beneficial. And I love the name, Safe and Humane Schools. So you can be safe and it not be humane. Yeah, yes, it can be. And it can be humane and not safe. But let's have safe and humane schools, because those are the schools that impact the whole child. And that is in full alignment with the Seventh-day Adventist mission. Period. Full stop.
That's great. That's great. So we're talking about this program, Jan, and we've said, the importance of it and why to address bullying, and Daryl showed why me and him are so passionate about partnering with you guys. So what are the key some of the key components of this Olweus bullying prevention program?
Sure. Well, one of the best tools for decreasing problems associated with bullying is to implement an evidence-based prevention strategies, like those that are in the Olweus program. The program's a framework, as Daryl mentioned. It's a framework. It's strategies for creating systemic change to build a school climate that discourages bullying, but also addresses it if it does occur. So considering the goals of the program are to reduce existing bullying problems among students, prevent new problems from happening, and achieve better peer relations. And these goals are pursued by restructuring the school environment. So it reduces opportunities and rewards for bullying, it encourages social behaviors, and it really builds a sense of community. To do this, the Olweus program addresses the problem of bullying at multiple levels, including school-wide, classroom, individual, and community strategies. So I could go on forever, but I'll give you a real brief overview of those. The school level components include establishing a bullying prevention coordinating committee, which is a team of administrators, teachers, non-teaching staff, and possibly even family members. The committee addresses issues related to fidelity, program implementation, and really is the driving force at the school for the program. School level components include training and ongoing consultation for members of the committee and all school staff, adoption of clear rules and policies about bullying, and a yearly administration of the Olweus bullying questionnaire. And then there are three classroom level components. One is defining the rules against bullying and enforcing them. The other one is holding class meetings that focus on bullying prevention, but also peer relations and other pro-social behaviors. And then the third one is family involvement through classroom or grade level meetings that are held periodically through the year. And then the program also provides guidance about how to integrate bullying prevention themes across curriculum areas. And then despite the best prevention, bullying will likely still occur. So we also have individual level components for dealing with those bullying incidents. The Olweus program encourages staff to intervene when bullying is witnessed, when it's suspected, and when it's reported. And we provide training so that all staff are able to intervene, to follow up, and also to communicate with families. So we have the on-the-spot intervention, which is kind of like a teachable moment. And then there's follow-up interventions, which really provide staff with actions to take either when they witness it firsthand or when it's being reported, or if they suspect that it's happening, but they haven't observed it. So essentially the individual interventions are designed to stop the bullying from happening, but also to provide support to the students who are bullied and to educate all students about what the behavioral expectations are. And then finally, there's the community level components that really include involving community members on your committee, developing ways that they can support the program, and just collaborating to spread the bullying prevention message to the community setting. Because we know bullying doesn't stop or doesn't start at the schoolhouse doors. So in addition to prevention and reduction of bullying, involving the community really can help students understand that bullying is not really just a school issue. It spills over into all areas of their lives. Those are the key components of the program, which was originally developed in the 1980s. Those core components have not changed, but the program really has evolved to be relevant in schools today. And it's also been adapted for use in community youth organizations. But those core components remain.
Yeah, that's good. I mean, we heavily use the CYO because we have smaller schools, and when you guys adapted it for like your camps, your summer camps, your YMCA's, and that's where me and Daryl talk about taking it to another level within the Adventist school system, because the Adventist schools, many of our schools are one teacher schools, they're K-8 schools with under 300 students. That's the majority of them. We have several that aren't, but that smaller environment and being able to do that CYO program worked well for us. You mentioned that it is unique because it's not a curriculum, and you use the word framework, and we appreciated that. I think that goes well with when you talked about earlier, when you talked about us being able to take the information and then put it within our context.
Yeah.
When you have a framework, you can do that. You can adjust it, but still keeping fidelity of those core components and then just adjusting it.